Let's bring in Todd Bowles, new head coach of the New York Jets, former defensive coordinator of the Arizona Cardinals. Coach, is this story about deflated balls, in your opinion, a real story, or is it much ado about nothing?
I think it's a league story. I don't know if it's much to do about nothing since they have rules, but the league should handle that as well as they see fit.
Is this something that you believe teams have done before?
I don't know. That's hard to say. I've never heard of it, actually.
No team that you've ever coached against or coached for has done anything like that?
No, other than practicing wet balls for bad weather games and practice, I've never heard anything like that.
As a defensive coach, are you ever wary of what an offensive team might be doing to gain an advantage, whether it's using a foreign substance on their hands to catch the ball better or something like this and doctoring the footballs?
No, defensively, you just got to concentrate on stopping them from scoring touchdowns, and the main thing is just stopping them. So you don't really get into none of that stuff with your guys.
Talking to Todd Bowles, new head coach of the Jets here on the Dan Patrick Show. What's the first week like as an NFL head coach?
Busy. You're scrambling. You got to get your coaches in. You got to do interviews. You got to get settled. You got to start watching film on your guys. So it's almost like a 24-hour day for the first couple of weeks.
Is there a lot of paperwork involved in becoming the head coach?
No, not initially. As far as benefits and finances and things like that, you try to take care of on the side. But most of it is just getting your guys situated and make sure everybody's comfortable coming in.
No issues, maxing out your 401k or anything like that?
No issues like that.
Did you grow up a Jets fan?
I actually did not. I liked players. I wasn't a big Jets fan. I was a big Burt Jones and a big Chuck Foreman guy. But I did love the New York Stock Exchange.
What's the jersey you wore as a kid?
Chuck Foreman, 44.
Your favorite Chuck Foreman moment?
Oh, I just like the spin moves. Chuck was a big spin guy coming through the hole, and I always loved him with the spin moves.
So you weren't a Jets fan. What team were you a fan of?
I was a Baltimore Colts fan.
Okay. You grew up in New Jersey, right?
I grew up in New Jersey. I was a big Yankees and Knicks guy, though.
Were there a lot of Baltimore Colts fans where you grew up?
There were a few around my area. At that time, there were a few around there.
Your best and worst moment as a Baltimore Colts fan?
The best moment was the worst moment, actually, was the 38-31 game. They lost to the Raiders in overtime. The best moment, I just loved Burt throwing deep. I thought he had a cannon arm, and he had Roger Carr and Raymond Chester, and he had Lydell Mitchell and Roosevelt Leaks, and I thought they had a very good team.
Talking to Todd Bowles, former defensive coordinator in Arizona, now the new head coach of the New York Jets. Before I talk about your team, Todd, the last month or so for you in Arizona, how tough was it on the team to see quarterback after quarterback go down and a season that started out looking so promising just sort of flushed down the drain?
At the time, we didn't look at it like that because we were losing so many people during the year. It was just another stop along the way that we just tried to overcome. So we always believed in the next man up, and Bruce and Steve Keim did a great job of making sure everybody was on top of that next man up philosophy, and we stepped up and everybody made plays. I think we just ran out of gas at the end. We could have helped the quarterback out in a lot of ways, but, subconsciously when you're on the team and you see quarterbacks go down time after time, I guess it dwindles at the end.
Have you ever been part of anything like that where so many players in a key position go down at in such a quick period of time?
I don't think so. I think this has been the most it's ever been that I've been around.
When you look back, was it deflating for your guys to lose such key players at those positions?
No, I don't think it was deflating at all because we had a bunch of guys step up. So we were playing good football with the guys that were in there. We just didn't finish at the end. That was
an unintentional pun there, using the word deflating, by the way. Not intentional.
I heard it. I let it go.
Appreciate that, Todd. Who's your starting quarterback?
Here with the New York Jets?
Yeah.
Well, Geno finished the year. I think it'd be unfair to say without sitting down, looking at film, and evaluating everything right now.
From what you've seen of Geno Smith on film, your initial thoughts?
I haven't. This is only actually my second day on the job, so I really hadn't watched any film yet. I'm going to sit down next week, and we're going to start going through all that.
Have you had a chance to evaluate any players or any particular position in the last 48 hours?
No, I have not.
You called Geno Smith yesterday a great college quarterback. What did you mean by that?
that's all I remember. Coming out of the draft and him being a great player. That's all I remembered from was college. I didn't watch any pro games to say it wasn't a slap or a swipe, but I didn't watch any pro games to say he's a great pro quarterback. We're in another division. We didn't play these guys, so during the year you just concentrate on the teams you have to play. So I haven't really seen him to say he's a great pro quarterback or anything else. I just know what I remembered from him in college.
From your experience, when a player, and this is just a general question about a young quarterback going through what a guy like Geno has gone through, whether it's being a starter, being pulled, being back, being a starter again, how difficult is it for a player to get back on track after being tugged in and out of the lineup like Geno was the last couple of years?
I mean, it's a tough business, and you can probably say that at any position. You get benched, it can only make you stronger. This league is all about perseverance. Not everybody's going to start out and go win in the Super Bowl. But if you work at your craft and you learn from your mistakes, obviously you can come back a stronger person. So it probably helps them.
Is a quarterback a priority for your team in the draft?
Too early to say without looking at the film, evaluating the other people.
What do you do with all your Arizona Cardinals gear?
Oh, I give it away to family members. They'll wear it all the way. They wear it around anyway.
Which member of your family gets the most Arizona Cardinals gear?
My brother Kenny.
Is he a huge fan, or does he just like free stuff?
There you go, both.
Well, good to visit with you, Coach. Best of luck in the new job, and we'll talk to you down the line.
All right, thank you.
That's Todd Bowles, new head coach of the New York Jets.